Let's play the lightning round. It's called If You Only Knew. Guilty pleasure. Adam Carolla's guilty pleasure.
Last night, I was sitting around watching The Partridge Family.
Oh, there's Shirley Jones. Hubba hubba.
Yeah, David Cassidy. Don't sleep on David, 22-year-old David Cassidy.
As a child, who did you want to be when you grew up?
I like anything with a man on the end of it, like fireman, policeman. I like construction, kind of drive. I like trucks and like driving heavy equipment, and it was that. I would say, of course, there's like Dr. J. I guess I wanted to be Dr. J. He was the coolest cat.
Salinger had the inside skinny on that plane wreck in the Northeast Corridor.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too Eric Von Daniken here, but I think Salinger knows what happens there with that. What show are you binging on right now?
Partridge Family.
Something we should all be paying more attention to.
Mental faculties, meaning everyone is sort of coached up on diet, what the best foods and what time to eat, and do intermittent fasting, and you have to hydrate, and you have to go for a power walk 3 times a week, and physical. There's a mental component here that's kind of fallen by the wayside, like way too much staring at screens, way too much engagement in video games, way too much, big screen, small screen, medium screen, locking antlers with people that may not exist. And we understood, sorry to get preachy, but at some point,
preach, brother, preach.
All right, they opened a supermarket and we no longer had to hunt and, throw spears at gazelles and cut the meat off the rib cage and stuff like that. So we realized that if you can go drive through a Taco Bell, or if you can go to a Gelson's and buy whatever your heart's content, then the caveat is after you're done gorging yourself, you must go run on the treadmill for half an hour, because that's the deal. We've given up the hunt, so we have to simulate the hunt on the treadmill. Well, now we're in a new world emotionally where we're engaged constantly with the screens and the texting and all the negativity and positivity, just anything, just everything, just pouring in through our eyeballs. And we're going to have to find a treadmill equivalent emotionally for that, because these are uncharted waters, and we're going to have to shut the phone, take a hike, convene with nature. Like, we're going to have to actively pursue whatever the emotional component of the gym is. Again, we're not carrying water 20 miles in a gourd on our head from a well. We need to do an emotional version of the gym. Yeah.
Where would you be found on a day off?
Tinkering, working on my cars, working on a home project, something with my hands, something on my feet. For me, this is part and parcel of what we just talked about, which is be on your feet, be taking some wood and putting it together,
outside,
problem solving, turn a wrench, make a run to the hardware store, get a washer, come home. Just be in that mode, not in the opposite of a virtual world, a super mechanical.
Chop some wood, man.
Yeah, chop some wood.
Best piece of advice you've ever received?
I told somebody once, and it wasn't advice I received, although advice that you impart to others is also advice that you impart to yourself, if you really think about it. Yes. I said to someone who was getting an email from a boss, and she said, like, I'm going to settle his hash or what, and I just said, look, don't send it. I said, if it doesn't make you money and it doesn't make you happy, don't do it. Meaning, I'm not saying make you money because you're greedy. I'm just saying there are things we have to do to get paid. And they don't necessarily make us happy, but it's an obligation. And then there's things we do that make us happy, that we enjoy. There's so much in between that we involve ourselves in where there's no payday, there's no satisfaction, there's no happiness, and yet we're engaged. So if it doesn't get you paid or it doesn't make you happy, don't dance.
If you could live anywhere in the world, where would you choose?
So many great places, and I've been to so many great places. I'm getting ready to head out to Denver to do some stand-up shows. And I'm doing a 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday thing, and I realize The Shelby Car Museum is about 25 miles outside of Denver. Then the Coors Brewery, which is a sight to behold, is about 10 miles from there. And then Red Rocks, the big amphitheater, is there. So I'm sort of pre-pumped. I'm taking my son, and I'm going to hit those three places. By the way, a lot of range. Shelby Museum, Red Rocks, and the Coors Brewery.
Yeah.
I would say 17-mile drive out on Pebble Beach, and also my home track, Laguna Seca, is 8 miles from there. So you're right.
You'd be a pig in slump,
Yes,
brother.
I would.
Let me wrap up with a few of these. Who do you dig comedically right now? Who's your favorite comedian?
You know, Jim Gaffigan's always good.
And a good cat, man.
Yeah, and you know, Seinfeld's, you know, perennial all-star. And I miss Mitch Hedberg. Oh. That guy always made me laugh.
Yeah, killed me.
Never miss a beat. Subscribe to Larry King now and watch new episodes every day.